so are the bats. What did you like from your offense today in both games?
Yeah, I mean, I liked how up and down the lineup it was everyone contributing and having quality at bats. And we've been working hard on just different locations and places where maybe we've been beat early in the season. And that's really the point of preseason is learning as we go week to week, as we get closer to SEC, so we can continue to get better. And I think we're doing a good job of making the adjustments that we need to, taking the walks, putting big swings on it, and good hitting counts. And I think just doing a great job of picking each other up. So I think it's really good to see it up and down the lineup. I really like the way Kylie Edwards swung the bat tonight. I think that was good to see her back because she's shown a lot of those signs in preseason. And then I think just a lot of them. I think even Abby Grace Richardson, her first hit off the bench, she's got a lot of power too, and just hasn't had a whole lot of opportunities. So Brian wouldn't give her the in the park home run, but we'll take the triple for her first hit. But just good to see more of them getting some opportunities and being ready when they're out there to get some good offensive cuts off.
I was like to see Ella back out there just to give you another option.
Yes, we've been pretty cautious with Ella. She was cleared earlier in the week, but we knew we kind of wanted to ease her in, and taking it easy, just hitting today. Hoping to get her back behind the plate tomorrow a little bit, and just getting her more comfortable and just kind of back in the swing of things. But she's feeling great. She's 100% fully cleared, and I thought she looked good. Came in, double her first at bat in a couple weeks, and she's a gamer and she wants to compete. She wants to be out there, and we're gonna need her down the stretch. So it was good to have her back.
You and Sierra both talked quite a bit in the preseason as we've gotten started here about just how she's been changing her approach and not slapping and wanting to hit it over everybody's head, and that's what she's been doing. So
yes, she has.
how have you sort of just been able to see her make that transition, and you and the rest of the staff help her do that and change her approach and be so successful with it?
Yeah, Sierra she's just so good. She's one of the best athletes I think I've ever coached, and she's explosive, she's fast, she's powerful, and really she was just too dynamic to be a slapper only last year. And I think as she got more and more confident in herself and her ability and was able to see what she can do when she was standing in, I think it kind of became apparent to us that, okay, we need to do this full time. And I just think she's a mature professional hitter as well, just knowing the counts. I think that last home run there was a 2-0 count, and she was ready. She knew that the pitcher was behind, was going to come right to her, and she wasn't going to miss. So I think she's grown a lot just in her approach and the way she approaches an at bat. Last year she took a lot of walks, but she would get in 2-strike counts a lot and kind of would be her own worst enemy there. So this year it's a little bit more aggressive in hitter counts, and I think you can see the production, and that's where the power can come from as well when you're out on the attack early into the count.
Coach, last weekend y'all had 4 games. You come in this week and now you have 6 games. Obviously a lot of tournaments, a lot of softball being played early in the season. How does this kind of help you guys prepare as SEC play kind of gets closer and closer?
Yeah, we're getting close, and the message has been really what can we learn week to week, and what did we want to leave in Huntsville that we feel like we didn't do too well, and what could we take with us that we wanted to continue on. And I think one thing that has been a common message is they're doing a great job of picking each other up, and if we have an error in the field, the pitcher comes right back and picks them up. If we give up some runs, the offense wants to come right back and pick up their pitcher, and I think they've been excellent at that, and that's been a big thing I think we've been working on doing. And finishing is the second message, and that's been something since preseason. And it's how do we finish out a game strong? How do we finish a weekend and not, kind of go away a little bit and lose a little bit of that mental battle? And I think that second game there, the end of this last one, was a little bit of an example of that. So that's a focus for us tomorrow, making sure when we have a chance to finish a game strong, whether it's on offense or on defense with a clean inning, that we take that opportunity. So those are the things I think we've been talking about a lot lately, and I think we're doing a good job of getting better. As well as just continuing to get people in. Getting Ella back in there today, getting some of the younger players or newer players just more opportunities to be comfortable, because you never know when a player like an Ella goes down, you're going to need someone to step up. So just continuing to mix people in, get them comfortable, get opportunities, and continuing to grow as a team as much as we can here.
Early in that first contest, Kiara Sells had that mistake in right field, and then she bounces right back, has a nice homer, makes a couple of great catches out there in the outfield. What did you kind of see from her today?
Yeah, she was a little upset with herself. Obviously, she expects herself to make that catch there, but I think that's the veteran approach. It's not taking a defensive play out onto or a defensive error into the box with you, and being able to bounce right back, and just knowing that where we were getting kind of beat by that pitcher early in the game, and she wasn't going to let her beat her twice. I think she swung through the first pitch, and then the pitcher went right back to it, and she was ready. So I thought it was just a good veteran approach to come up and kind of pick herself up in a sense, and to make up for that error and to be ready for a chance to get that run right back for us.
this 4 straight games now for you with a home run. What have you been seeing? And especially, it seems like you've been able to jump on pitchers early in the count. A couple of them have been on first pitches. I know Nadia's homered right in front of you on a couple of those occasions. So has she sort of passed some information to you that you sort of use?
The only thing she's been saying to me was, hit the ball. That's it. Just kind of like attacking early in the count, especially when I know that they're going to throw it there. We've been working on a lot of inside pitches, so kind of just attacking those pitches, and they're giving them right to me. So.
Key coach kind of just mentioned that first error in the right field in the first game, and then you bounced right back, came back to the plate, and hit that home run. Just what was your kind of mindset heading back into the dugout, and obviously had a couple other great catches during this past game. Just talk about your mindset after that.
After I missed that ball, all I could think about was like, well, what's done is done. Just kind of like move on, learn from it, and that was kind of it.
And you mentioned this a couple of times, but you and Morgan Bernardini have been here for 3 years and bided your time and worked hard, and now you're in the starting lineup and producing for Mississippi State. Just talk about what it means for you to do that alongside Morgan, for you guys being here the last 3 years.
Doing that with Morgan means a lot. We've been through the ups and downs together. We've seen from a team that wasn't very good. We've been through that, and kind of just me and her kind of continuing to grow with each other, continuing to learn and learn from the others around us, I think has kind of really helped us out. So being able to like grow with her means a lot.
And we've talked about it a bunch of times, so just the bond that this team has and the family feel, and you guys always talking about having each other's backs. Obviously, another tournament this weekend. You've had a long stretch of games in different tournaments. Just Coach just mentioned that how it's kind of preparing you for the SEC play. But for you guys as a team to stick together, what's kind of the message heading into this tournament and as SEC play kind of gets closer?
Kind of doing it for each other, leaning on each other when we're down, and kind of just depending on each other, especially when things aren't going our way. Leaning on each other and just continuing to do what we're doing. Especially when it's super hard or super tired, like grab each other and like, yeah, like you got this, you're gonna do this, like, and that's it. So.
Coach was complimenting you over there, just in terms of how you've been swinging the bat better here lately. What have you been working on in terms of just in the cages and in practice that's allowing you to see the ball better here?
Yeah, I feel like all year I've been seeing the ball, but it just came down to trusting the process because you can't always start off hot. It's just a game of failure, so just riding the roller coaster and trusting my stuff and knowing that I'm putting barrel on balls, so not to worry about it, and then they're falling, so.
Is what your teammates have been doing, does that kind of encourage you as well, that you can get up there and get good pitches and put good swings on the balls?
Yeah, absolutely. Everybody goes up there and they're going to put a barrel on the ball, and it just makes it easier for the rest of us, so just trusting them and then going up to the plate with confidence is all it takes.
Where do you see your role on this team this year? Because you're still a younger player, but you started since you came here. You're playing one of the most important positions out there on the diamond. So are you sort of taking on a little bit more of a leadership responsibility this year?
Yeah, I think so. I really rely on Sierra a lot and kind of just like having her guide me because this is her last year. So just looking up to her and seeing what she's doing for the team, and then I'm a little step behind her and just leading through my actions is something that I love to do. I'm not really the most boisterous person, but I'm going to be the first one to cheer somebody on and just going out there and playing my game and hope it shows as a good example.
And you lost your double play partner, but what's been like working with Mo Styles there?
Yeah, me and Mo have a really good relationship. I mean, she's so good, and she's going to have a bright future ahead of her as well. Same with Z. Both of them up the middle. I trust both of them equally, so it's just fun to play with them up the middle. And we know if we get a ground ball there, we're going to roll a double play.
For you as an infielder to know that you have girls like Raylan Chafin and Josie and Delaney Everett in the circle and Lexi, how does that feel for you as an infielder to know that you have somebody like that throwing heat in the circle?
Yeah, it's so much fun playing behind them. All of them are elite competitors, and just playing behind them makes our job a lot easier as defenders. They're going to get us good hops. I mean, some of the times they don't even put it in play, so it's just really fun to watch them shine in the circle.
and you mentioned that relationship with Sierra. Obviously, she had that huge take tonight, and then the bat flip. What would you rate that bat flip from Sierra?
Yeah, she hit it, and I was like, dude, you just looked like it looked like I bunted the ball over the fence. Like, why'd you have to do that to me? And she's like, well, you took my gritty, so I had a bat flip and gritty, and I was like, okay, whatever, I'll give it to you.
You talked about hitting the ball over everybody, and you've been doing that along with a lot of other people. How fun has it been to not only yourself but your teammates hitting it over the fence?
Well, it's definitely a lot of fun, especially going from last year when I had 2 on the year. I think as a team we had a good bit, but going into this year, it's a lot of people who don't have as many career home runs, so just like sharing the excitement with them as well.
Did some of that shift in focus? I know you got Kennedy in the regionals last year. Was that sort of when you started to think, hey, maybe if I change my approach a little bit, I can be a bit more productive with the doubles and home runs?
Definitely, I think it's about like getting a good pitch and actually just being aggressive about it and like trusting my swing that it's good enough to do that amount of damage.
And then just what's it been like working with the coaching staff in terms of being able to start driving the ball more often rather than just sort of pounding it in the ground and beating them out?
Yeah. Well, definitely Zach is a key part of that. Like, he's been working with me extra. Like, I stayed here over the summer and just got reps in. And so I think him teaching me along with Ricketts really helped.
You've talked a bunch of times about helping some of the younger girls on this team. Kylie Edwards just talked about you guys' conversation after that bat flip.
Yeah.
Kind of go through the process and the mindset of when you were at the plate and kind of that conversation with Kylie afterwards.
Well, Kylie just went yard, and then she does my celly, my gritty, and so I'm like, okay, Kylie, so then I have to one-up her, and then I do it, and then I hit my gritty. So I was like, we gotta find a sudden celebration for you.